The Sopranos went off the air in 2007, and a lot of time has passed since then. Many of the actors in the show have passed on, including Tony Soprano himself, James Gandolfini. These are the actors from the show who've passed away that you may not have heard about.
No doubt about it, the cartel had him whacked.
Denise Borino-Quinn, who had no acting experience when she turned up at an open casting call for The Sopranos, but went on to become a fan favorite on the show, died in November 2010. The cause of death was liver cancer. She was 46. According to the New York Times, Borino-Quinn wasn't feeling overly confident when she attended that fateful casting call. She tagged along so she could offer support to a friend who was auditioning for a role, but decided that, since the call was open, she would try out herself. To her sheer disbelief, she was offered a callback and auditioned for the part of Ginny Sacrimoni, the wife of Johnny Sack Sacrimoni, played by Vincent Curatola, a former professional dancer. Ginny went up several dress sizes after having children, the subject of one season 4 episode. In The Wait, Johnny orders a hit on Ralph Cifaretto, played by Joe Pantoliano, for cruelly poking fun at his other half, putting him on a collision course with Tony Soprano. Tony can't stand the obnoxious Ralph, but he's one of his men and a good earner to boot, so he has no choice but to put a hit out on Johnny in retaliation. Bloodshed is narrowly avoided when Ginny is caught snacking by her husband, and they have a heart-to-heart moment. Borino-Quinn quit acting after The Sopranos, working for a law firm instead. Former New York firefighter John A. Costelloe, who appeared as Jim Johnny Cake Switowski during a memorable Season 6 arc of The Sopranos, died in December 2008. At the time of his son's death, Costelloe's father, Michael, told the New York Post, "The rugged 47-year-old actor committed suicide. It's beyond me." Costelloe's character entered the show when gay mob boss Vito Spatafore, played by Joseph Ganiscalli, was forced to swap New Jersey for New Hampshire, fearing what would happen to him since his secret was out in the open. While laying low, he meets short-order cook Johnny Cakes and quickly falls for him.
It's good. First time here, try the Johnny Cakes.
He wasn't around for long, but Costelloe made a big impression, both on-screen and behind the scenes. Co-star Joseph Ganiscalli told the Post that he was, quote, shocked when he learned what happened to his friend. Ganiscalli went on to tell the newspaper, "It still hasn't really sunk in. I never detected anything troubling about him. I enjoyed all the time I ever spent with him." Ganiscalli attended the funeral, as did fellow Sopranos alum Steve Buscemi, who had previously worked alongside Costelloe in the FDNY. Costelloe was performing in a well-received off-Broadway play at the time of his death. Best known for playing Kevin's father, Peter McAllister, in the first 2 Home Alone movies, John Hurt died after undergoing back surgery in 2017. He was discovered in a California hotel where he had been recuperating. The cause was a sudden cardiac death due to atherosclerotic and hypertensive heart disease, according to the coroner of Santa Clara County. He was 71. Hurd made his on-screen debut in the 1975 TV movie Valley Forge and appeared in a number of romantic dramas and comedies during the remainder of the decade. He had a recurring role on Tender is the Night in 1985, and he played the rival to Tom Hanks' grown-up Josh in Big in 1988. By 1990, he had aged into dad roles, and he went down in pop culture history playing the father of Macaulay Culkin. In The Sopranos, Hurd played Vin Makazian, a corrupt New Jersey cop on Tony's payroll. Tony used him to get information about psychiatrist Jennifer Melfi, which led to Makazian beating up a male friend of the doctor. He got nominated for an Emmy for his turn as a dirty officer. Academy Award nominee Robert Loggia, who played Michele Feach LaManna in The Sopranos, died in 2015. The cause was Alzheimer's disease, his wife of 33 years told Variety. He was 85. Loggia famously played a crime boss in Brian De Palma's Scarface, but he was more than a gangster for hire. He got his Oscar nod for his turn as private detective Sam Ransom in the Glenn Close Jeff Bridges thriller Jagged Edge, and would appear as equally gritty characters in a number of other pictures. Among his credits are films like Prizzi's Honor, Independence Day, and perhaps most memorably, the Tom Hanks hit Big. It's Loggia that performs alongside Hanks on the giant foot-operated Toy Store piano. In The Sopranos, Loggia played an old-school mob boss who was made in Sicily. Feach LaManna came up alongside the likes of Tony Soprano's dad, Johnny Boy Soprano, and his uncle Junior Soprano, and like the latter, he spent a long time behind bars. He still sees Tony as a kid when he eventually gets out and fails to show him the proper respect.
There he is, the man, the legend, Feach LaManna.
Hey, my God, look at you, you big galoot.
However, not wanting to cause waves by having the old-timer killed, Tony sets him up to get arrested and sent back to prison. Actor Frank Vincent, who played hard men and mobsters in Martin Scorsese films Raging Bull, Goodfellas, and Casino, died of complications from heart surgery in 2017. He was 80. Vincent was already well known for playing mafia types when he landed the role of New York crime boss Phil Leotardo in The Sopranos. But his work on the HBO show was widely recognized as some of his best. Phil Leotardo had some memorable clashes with Tony Soprano, who he viewed as an upstart from out of town. Vincent told Broadway World in 2011, Phil was serious. He had a job to do and he thought, you know, this Soprano guy is from Jersey. What does that mean? We are New Yorkers. The Jersey mob is nothing. Some of the writing for Phil was just brilliant. Vincent was also a voice actor and was known to step out of the crime genre on occasion, voicing Uncle Albert in the Netflix anime Neo Yokio. Award-winning actor Nancy Marchand, who played Tony Soprano's proud and stubborn mother Livia Soprano, died in 2000. At the time of Marchand's death, the New York Times reported that no specific cause of death was announced, but Marchand had spent years suffering from both chronic pulmonary disease and lung cancer. She was 71. A star of the stage as well as the screen, Marchand tread the boards alongside her husband, Paul Sparrer, in the likes of A Phoenix Too Frequent, Delicate Balance, and Love Letters. She became known as what the New York Times described as a player of imperious roles, though she wasn't a domineering person in real life. Marchand once told the New York Times, "I'm always very uncomfortable with people, but I love people, and when I'm on the stage, I can embrace people and still feel safe." Marchand was nominated for 5 Emmys during her run as Margaret Pynchon on the CBS drama series Lou Grant, winning 4 of them. She later won a Golden Globe for her work on The Sopranos, though sadly she didn't get to finish her arc. Her final appearances were achieved with the help of CGI, which caused controversy at the time. David Chase defended the decision, claiming that Livia was too vital to the story. Chase told the Chicago Tribune, "I thought that was needed." He appeared in over a dozen Broadway shows during his lengthy career, but David Margulies is perhaps best known for his turn as the mayor of New York in the original Ghostbusters films. The actor, who later played an attorney on The Sopranos, died from cancer in 2016, his sister told the New York Times. He was 78. Born in Manhattan, the Jewish actor got his first taste of the stage as a teenager, starring in a show he auditioned for during a family vacation in Westchester. He made his off-Broadway bow in 1958 when he appeared in a production called Golden Six, and would progress to Broadway proper in the early 1970s. Around the same time, he started landing movie roles. His very first feature film was the 1971 comedy A New Leaf. He went on to play Walter Mitty in another comedy, Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers, and by the end of the decade, he was in high demand. Margulies debuted as his most famous character, Mayor Lenny, in 1984's Ghostbusters, and reprised the role in the 1989 follow-up Ghostbusters 2. In later years, he became best known for playing Tony Soprano's attorney, Neil Mink, on The Sopranos, appearing in 8 episodes of the HBO Juggernaut. Brooklyn-born actor Joe Santos, best known for his run on The Rockford Files, died in a Santa Monica hospital in 2016. He was on life support following a heart attack, his son told TMZ. He was 84. Santos played Angelo Gareppi on The Sopranos, appearing in 7 episodes as Carmine Lupertazzi's former consigliere. He spent 20 years behind bars and was one of a number of mobsters released in what became known as the class of 2004. When Carmine died, Angelo was one of several men touted to replace him, but infighting among the Lupertazzi family erupted. Tony Soprano attempted to play peacekeeper, but Angelo was ultimately bumped off, and a war between the New York and New Jersey factions seemed likely as a result. The conflict was still looming large when the series came to a close. Tom Aldredge was a veteran of the stage and screen who was ever present on Broadway. He later played Carmela Soprano's father, Hugh DeAngelis, in The Sopranos, and died of lymphoma in 2011. He was 83. Aldredge began acting in the 1950s and was still active in the industry at the time of his death. He made his Broadway bow in 1959's The Nervous Set and would eventually establish himself as a go-to actor for curmudgeonly types. In 1978, Aldredge scooped an Emmy Award for his turn as William Shakespeare in the CBS special Henry Winkler Meets William Shakespeare. In later years, he became known for his role as Tony Soprano's father-in-law in The Sopranos. He also later drew acclaim in Boardwalk Empire, another HBO hit. He won praise for his turn as Ethan Thompson, the father of Steve Buscemi's Nucky Thompson. Much like Tony Soprano's mom, the mother of Peter Paul Polly Walnuts Gualtieri, who's actually his biological aunt, became a firm favorite among fans of The Sopranos. Nucci Gualtieri was portrayed by Frances Esemplare, who was best known for her time on the HBO show. Her family remembered her for her wit and her sarcasm in an obituary printed in the Staten Island Advance. She died in 2017 at the age of 83. Esemplare was late to the game, earning her first on-screen credit in the 1997 film Sue. She appeared as a patron at a New York diner in the movie, which follows a struggling young woman's attempts to make it in the big city. She landed the role of Nucci shortly after and would play Polly's mother/aunt in 8 episodes between 2001 and 2007. It's revealed that she decided to take Polly in as her own when her sister Dottie had an affair with a soldier during World War II. Dottie was training to become a nun at the time, and this was the best way to avoid a scandal.
It was you. You're my son.
Polly was furious when he discovered the truth, but the pair reconciled before her death. The Staten Island native only had 2 other acting credits to her name. She played mothers in the 2006 movie The Immaculate Misconception and the 2007 short film The Hit, her final appearance. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite actors are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.